Why are Nigerian youths not in government? Or why are a few of Nigerian youths not in government? Because the population from 18 to 29 years are 67% of the Nigerian population. Remember, we are 200 million people. And when we have 67% of youths and only a fraction of this number is in government, then there is a problem. There is a big problem. But why is it so? It is so simply because the direction of our youths are in frivolities. A simple search on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram and Twitter will show you where the direction of our youths are. They are interested in entertainment and dancing, and these oldies are taking what belongs to them. Welcome to the Diary of a Broken Man, where we dissect political issues concerning our country, Nigeria. So, youth in politics in Nigeria, an analysis. This is what we treat today. Impact of Not Too Young to Run Act that was passed in 2016. The Not Too Young to Run movement, launched in 2016 by Youth Initiative for Advocacy, Growth and Advancement, YIAGA Africa, has been a pivotal force in reshaping Nigeria's political terrain. The campaign successfully pushed for a constitutional amendment in 2018, reducing the age eligibility for political office from 40 to 35 for the presidency, from 35 to 30 for the governorship and senate, from 30 to 25 for the House of Representatives and the state assemblies. This legal shift aimed to dismantle age barrier or age-based barrier and encourage youth participation in governance. The impact has been tangible but limited in scope. For instance, in 2023, the general election, the movement celebrated for the first time historic wins. 2 under 29 secured National Assembly seats, 4 young women under the 35 years of age won state assembly seats in Delta State, in Lagos State, in Kwara State, respectively, with Kwara electing a 26-year-old as the youngest female legislator in Nigeria. Youth candidacy also rose from 21% to 35% as against 2015 and 2019. So it's an upward trend, reflecting growing political ambition among young Nigerians. However, despite youth aged 18 to 29 constituting 67%, I said it before, of registered voters, less than 1% hold elective positions, which highlight persistent structural barrier beyond age, such as financial constraints and political exclusion. Let us give a case study with Wake Musa in Borno State, who secured a seat. It was a wonderful scenario. No, not too young to run. The YIAGA Africa is doing a lot. In the previous video, I talked about them and how they did so wonderfully well in the electoral process of 2023, reporting every loophole. In fact, they were wonderful. And thanks to the young man, the young journalist, David Hundeyin, and some other journalists who were up and doing, bringing out facts. Because to be a senator, to be a president, to be a vice president, to be any position is a place of service, and only the best serve there, not half-baked, not anyhow. So the YIAGA Africa and the Nigerian journalists not the yellow envelope or brown envelope journalists everywhere now, collecting money from different organizations around the world to be talking disingenuously about things happening on ground, painting issues and bending issues to suit the narrative of their of the people who paid them to be doing that. Okay, so let's talk about Wake Musa in Borno, the man who changed the narrative. So he was a young man from Borno State, which exemplifies the potential of young leadership in overcoming regional challenges. While specifics about his political journey are very less documented, people didn't really know him. People didn't, it was just LOP 75, LOP 75. That's how he got to the seat. But it was wonderful. Okay. So his emergence aligns with the post not too young to run wave of young leaders in Nigeria's northeast, a region plagued by insurgency and underdevelopment. Leaders like Musa often leverage grassroots support and the local knowledge to address issues like security and youth unemployment, challenging the dominance of older, entrenched politicians. His case underscores how young leaders can disrupt political power structure through success often depends on navigating though success often depends on navigating or resisting godfatherism, a pervasive obstacle in Nigerian politics. We can't talk about Nigerian politics without talking about godfatherism. It's the mark of our political system. People who are unqualified get into seats because there is somebody, person pushing them somewhere, not because they qualify or because they deserve to be there, but because somebody is pushing them from behind. So let's talk about godfatherism. So overcoming godfatherism. Godfatherism, where influential older politicians control party structures and candidate selection through financial and political leverage, remains a significant hurdle for Nigerian youth. These godfathers often prioritize loyalty over competence, sidelining young aspirants who lack the resources or network to compete. The high cost of nomination, example, 45 million naira or $125,000 for presidential aspirants in 2019 further entrenched this system, making politics a game of wealthier rather than ideas. Young or youths have attempted to counter this through collective action and alternative platforms. The Not Too Young to Run campaign itself was a direct challenge to such exclusionary practices, rallying change champions like parliamentarians Tony Nwulu and Abdulaziz Nyako to push legislative reforms. Additionally, young politicians are increasingly turning to grassroots mobilization and social media to build support independent of godfathers, as seen in 2020 EndSARS protests, which was galvanized by youth, created political awareness. Now, let's talk about youth-led parties, the ADC. The case of ADC, African Democratic Congress ADC, stands out as a young-led party together with the Labour Party, where young people rose in numbers standing behind Mr. Peter Obi. That was the kern of the 2023 election. Okay, so they stand out as a young-led party that has gained traction, particularly in 2023 election. Studies suggest that the ADC and Labour Party recorded the highest youth participation at the party level during the cycle, outpacing even the new Nigerian Party and the PDP in youth participation. The ADC's appeal and the Labour Party appeal lies in the emphasis on inclusivity and its rejection of the old guard dominance, attracting young candidates and voters, disillusioned with the APC government and People Democratic Party leadership. Leaders like Dumebi Kashukwu, a youthful ADC presidential candidate in 2023, and a lot of young people who found themselves on the corridors of power just because of Labour Party, LP 75, LP Obi-Wan, just because of that, many people were voted into power. We are yet to see whether they did well. That will be on another video. We'll talk about how they fared with the, fanfare of LP 75 and whether they really actually worked or they were just there to fulfill all righteousness. So presidential candidates in 2023 have used this platform to advocate for political resonating with Nigerian youth, such as economic reforms and job creation. However, the party's limited national reach and funding constraints highlight the challenges of scaling youth-led initiatives against establishment. Okay, let's talk about media interview with younger legislators and see how how the young legislators see things and how their point of views. Okay, so interview with young people such as those featured in outlets like Punch, example, the spotlight on young House of Assembly speakers, March 2025, revealed a mix of optimism and frustration. Adebo Ogundoyin, Speaker of the Oyo State House of Assembly, has emphasized leveraging this private sector experience, including co-managing a record label with Davido, to drive legislative initiative or innovation. Similarly, Jibril Fagore, Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly, has highlighted youth-driven legislative actions like the 2024 repeal of the Kano Emirates Council law. As evidence of fresh perspective, these voices underscore a shift towards the progressive governance but often lament the lack of mentorship and persistent influence of older politicians. What are Nigerian youths doing quietly? Now, as of today, Nigerian youths are good in mobilization and advocacy. They're not too young to run, and the ANSAS movement demonstrate the youth ability to organize effectively using social media and the protest to amplify their voices. Another one is increased participation. The rising candidacy and voter registration from of 84% of new voters in 2023 were aged 18 to 35, reflecting growing political engagement. Another one is innovation. Young leaders bring innovation or innovative ideas, leveraging technology and global perspective to address local issues, as seen in figures like the Wakil Musa and the Adebo Ogundoyin. But what are we doing wrongly? And where do we need to improve? Number one, we need to improve in the area of fragmentation. Disunity among the young-led initiatives, example, competing support to ADC, Labour Party, and NDP, this diffusion of trust and the diffusion of allegiance is where the problem lies. We need to be focused on one. Where are we going? What direction are we going to? And everybody goes towards that direction, and we see what we get out of it. Okay, and then some people stop collecting money from behind. The way they use Nigerian youth is annoying. A grown man would be paid a few thousand naira and he sells his birthright. Comes to social media to be talking rubbish. Sometimes he doesn't even know what he's saying. Most of them jump onto the television stations to talk rubbish. And you look at this person and wonder where his brain goes. Okay? Vulnerability to manipulation. As I said, young Nigerians remain exploited as political thugs or vote sellers, perpetuating the very system they seek to dismantle. It's appalling, especially the APC government have leveraged so many Nigerian youths, call them to one place and give them money and they come to social media to defend the indefensible. And you look at it and you are like, where is this person thinking from? Does his brain function at all? Why are you defending things like this? There are things that are indefensible. Even if your father is doing it, it is still wrong in every shades of it. But these people will come to social media to defend it. And it's not as if they are defending it intelligently. They will defend it in such a way that a little look, a cursory look at it will tell you that they were paid. Because they don't even hide it. Copy and paste. Not intelligent. Many of them copy, especially on X. Copy and paste. This one will say it. The other person will copy what this one said and paste it without verifying, because it's all lies. Truth doesn't need verification. Truth stands on its own. Short-term focus, over-reliance on short-driven momentum rather than sustained political strategy limits long-term influence. Because most times what we do is like hit and run. We go for one thing and immediately that one, maybe it works or it doesn't work. We forget it and then we go to another one. We need to develop a strategy and then strategically plan how to take over power from these old youths. So, and then we need a unified platform, consolidating support behind a single youth-led party or coalition could challenge the APC-PDP duopoly more effectively than scattered gun or scattered efforts. Another one is economic empowerment. Addressing the financial barrier to candidacy through crowdfunding or private sector partnership would reduce dependence on godfathers. Long-term engagement is also another thing. Investing in civic education, which already started in 2007, and the mentorship programs can build a pipeline of skilled young leaders, ensuring sustained influence beyond election cycles. Strategic alliances. We need to collaborate with progressive older politicians rather than outright rejection. This could also provide the resources and the experience needed to navigate Nigerian complex political terrain. In conclusion, not too young to run movement and figures like Wakil Musa signal a promising shift. Nigerian youths must refine their approach, uniting their energies, securing resources, and building durable structures to fully transform the political landscape of Nigeria. The potential is immense, but the path requires both resilience and reinvention. It requires unity. It requires some kind of laser focus and the strategy, not a scattered gun and not diffusion. We don't need diffusive efforts. We need to be united, a united front. Then we decide what to do, who to follow, who to push forward for us to speak on our behalf and who not to. We need to be wise at this point, and then we need to limit the distraction, because what the APC government has done to Nigerians is that once a serious matter is under consideration, they bring a distraction through one unnecessary issue with one celebrity or the other, say, divorce, this, that, and automatically Nigerian youths lose focus. Nigerian youths would rather fight for Davido and Wizkid, for Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, than fight for their destiny and their future. It's unfortunate, but we need to say it. I'm also a youth myself. Remember to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment, and turn on the notification for further videos. You are welcome. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.